Welcome to the Math Record. Today I'll be covering the ICTM Regional 2017 Division AA Freshman Sophomore 8-person. In this video, I'll be answering questions 13 and 16, and then next video I'll answer questions 17 and 20. As usual, I'll go down all 20. Okay, so that's all 20, and now let's begin with number 13. Let a plus 1 over a equals 3. Determine the value of a to the power 10 plus 1 over a to the power 10. So what we could do is that I noticed that a times 1 over a is a constant. So let's just square both. Let's just square that term. So square that, we know that's equal to 3. So 3 squared is 9. So if we square this, this comes out as a squared plus 2 plus 1 over a squared. So then you could just subtract the 2 to the other side, and that will equal to 7. And now I notice that a squared times 1 over a squared is a constant also. So let's square that term squared. And that's 7 squared, so that's 49. And then a fourth plus 1 over a fourth, right? And then a squared times 1 over a squared is 1. Since there's 2 of them, there's 2. So we subtract from 49 to get 47. Now, I notice that a fourth times 1 over a fourth makes a constant, so we're going to do this again. So we kind of see a pattern of what we need to do. So that's going to be 47 squared. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'll do the calculations later. So then that's a eighths plus 1 over a eighths, and then that minuses a 2. So 47 squared minus 2. Okay, now we need to get to a tenths. So we can have a eighths plus 1 over a eighths minus, multiplied, to a squared plus 1 over a squared, right? Because the squares will make a tenth. And this would factor out as a to the 10th plus a to the 6th plus 1 over a to 1 over a to the 6th plus 1 over a to the 10th, right? So we have the a to the 10th is what we want, but we also need to take away the terms with a to the 6th. So we need a minus a 6th plus 1 over a 6th. Okay, so how do we get a 6th? Well, a 6th could be made by multiplying a fourth plus 1 over a fourth, and then a squared plus 1 over a squared. And then this will make a sixth plus 1 over a squared plus a 1 over a, a 6 plus a squared plus 1 over a squared plus 1 over a 6. So we get these two values, but we also get an additional value of a squared plus 1 over a squared. So we need to take that one out. So a squared plus 1 over a squared. So all I did basically was just simplify this. So basically this gives us the term with the tenths, but also the 6. So I need to take away the 6. And then the 6 is basically this. But then this makes the 6. This makes the 6, but it also makes the squares. So I need to take away the squared. So that's basically all I did. So then doing this, all this simplifies out to is a eighths plus 1 over a 8, a squared plus 1 over a squared minus this term, which makes a fourth plus 1 over a fourth, a squared plus 1 over a squared, and then a negative of a minus makes this a positive. So a squared plus 1 over a squared. Okay, so I noticed that I could factor out a squared plus 1 over a squared from all these terms. So then what is that? That's equal to 7. So 7 times. Now a eighth plus 1 over a eighth, well, that is 47 squared minus 2. And then we have a minus a to the fourth, which is 47. And then we have then we have a plus 1 here. Okay, so now we just need to solve this. So since this is no if this was calculator, you could just plug it all in, but since it's no calculator, I'll just do it by hand to show how it's basically done, I guess. So 7, put the negative 2 and a plus 1 together, so that makes negative 1 already. And then this is 47 times 47. And then 47 times 47 minus a 47 is the same thing as 46 times 47. So then we could just do some math here. So 46 times 47. 7, 14, 21, 42, 28, and 24. That's 52 and then 56, and then 16 and then 21. So this one is 2162 minus that one. So that's 2161 multiplied by the 7. So that's 7, 42, 7, and 11, and then 1, 14, and 15. So your answer is 15,127. So I'll put a comma here. 15,127. And that's the answer for 13. Okay, now let's go to 16. Let x, y, and z be positive integers such that x is less than y and is less than z. Determine all order pairs in the form x, y, z such that x plus y plus z is equal to 1/2 x, y, z. Okay, so then basically what we do is let's just multiply by 2 on both sides, so that gets 2x plus 2y plus 2z is equal to x, y, z. And then I'm going to put one of the terms equal to two of the other terms. So let's say the x and y's is together, and then I'm going to move the z to the other side. Now we could distribute out the z, which give us x times y minus 2, and then you can move that to the other side, so then that's 2. And then I'm just going to distribute out the 2, so x plus y over x, y minus 2 is equal to your z. Okay, so we got this equation. So now we can start, since we know that x is our smallest term and then y is our next smallest, we just think logically of what it could be. So if it's positive integers, let's say x is equal to 1. If x is equal to 1, then this equation will be 2y plus 1 over y minus 2. Okay, so that is when x is equal to 1. So kind of looks a little bad, but x is equal to 1. And I'll put 2 lines under here. Actually, I'll just make it really so it doesn't seem like it's dividing. So then basically, let's say y has to be 2 or above because y has to be bigger than 1. So it can't be 2 because this makes it undefined. So let's say y is equal to 3. If y is 3, that's 3 plus 1, that's 4, times 2, that's 8. 8 divided by 3 minus 2, which is 1. 3. So 8 minus 1, 8 divided by 1 is 8. So our z value is equal to 8. So this coordinate, so this possibility is equal to 1, 3, 8. Okay, because ours x is 1. Now let's say y is now equal to 4. So it's 1, 4. If we put 4 in here, that's 5. 5 times 2 is 10. And then 4 minus 2 is 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, and we could probably stop there because 4 and 5 are really, really close. And as you see, the z value is going down while while the y value is going up. So basically, the next term is definitely going to be bigger than this number. Well, the y would be bigger than the z. So we can stop here. Now let's check the next case. X is equal to 2. So if x is equal to 2, this comes out as y plus 2 over 2y minus 2, which you could cancel out the 2's, and then you get y plus 2 over y minus 1. So this would be y plus 2 over y minus 1. So this would be 2. So y has to be at least 3, so we put 3 in here. That is 5 over 2, which is 2.5. So we can stop there because y is already greater than z. So that basically tells us that all values for this case for y would be greater than z. And then we basically don't have to check the other cases when x equals 3, x equals 4, etc. Because you know that as this increases, then this also had to increase, but z would have to be decreasing. So that tells us that we don't need to check the rest of these other cases. And this doesn't work, so we only have these coordinates. So those are our only answers. 1, 3, 8, and 1, 4, 5. And that is our answer for number 16. Okay. Oops. Okay. And here are the answers for all 20 questions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next video of this contest.